Krishna Krishna Bhaktaya Tadabhaktaya Namo Shri Nandanandanam Vande Radhika Chadanadvayam Gopi Jana Samayuktam Vrindavan Manoharam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama. So first of all, I offer pranams to our Gurudev, O Vishnu Padre Swami Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, our all Rupanuga Guru Varga, Pujapad Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj, all devotees, Dandavat pranams. So, we heard yesterday Katha about Holi. Don't think Holi is only from full moon. From 2-3 months, devotees can play. So normally, even in Braj, some Mahajya there's some rules and regulations. But in Holi, everything forgotten. In Holi, no rules. Therefore, devotees prema, crossing all boundaries. Even gopis have natural feelings of shyness, obedience to Gurujan. But in Holi, it's all finished. So, very wonderful festival coming up. So, not just throwing synthetic dyes in each other's faces. Holi means too much anurag, too much attachment. Krishna throwing on the gopis, gopis throwing on Krishna. So it's a big wonderful festival. And in all India, maybe Braj is most famous. A few days ago they had Latma Holi in Valshana, where even now the men protect themselves, and all the ladies of Valshana beating those fellows with sticks. They protect themselves with broom, with shields and other things. Okay, then understand the mood. Krishna have his army of senas, sakas. He has many types of syringes, colored dyes, powders. But gopis also like an ocean. So when those two rivers meet, then there's the Priyana of Holi. The main topic for today is the disappearance day of Sri Madhevedrapuri. So even though we hear Ami Bina Braja Prem Dikti Nahisha in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna says this Braja Prem is my own property. So Ami Bina Braja Prem Dikti Nahisha. Only I can give that. Then we see even like devotees like Sri Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Charya. They're distributing, but only when Mahaprabhu is said to distribute. By Mahaprabhu's mercy, they're giving something. Independently, they cannot. But still we see even before Mahaprabhu, this mood appeared in the heart of some devotees like Bilva Mangal Thakur, or especially Madhevedrapuri. Even Jayadev Goswami, who appeared some hundreds of years before Lord Chaitanya. But still this mood, especially this Krishna Karanamrita or Bilva Mangal, is also, we were just saying, this Jayadev Goswami, Geet Govinda. This appeared before Mahaprabhu. But we understand because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Navadvip, and this mood is eternal, that any time Mahaprabhu can give some inspiration in the heart of devotee at any time. So for that reason, even though Madhevedrapuri in this Gaur Gamudash Tipika, so Madhevedrapuri is called the Kalpa Vriksha of Braja Prem. Does that mean in Radha Krishna's Leela, Madhevedrapuri is a tree? Giri, is that the meaning? No. Kalpa Vriksha, whatever you want it gives you. So this Kalpa Vriksha of Madhevedrapuri, he's giving all type of fruits. Like whatever fruit you want from a Kalpa Vriksha, You want a watermelon or mango, apple, Kalpavriksh give what you want. So especially this das, sak, bansalya, maduras, this come from the wish-fulfilling tree of Madhevedrapuri. Therefore he's called the Prem Ankur, the first sprout of Brajaprem. Because before Mahaprabhu there was other incarnations came like Narasimhadev, Ramchandra, Bhagavan Ramchandra. Other incarnations came and gave bhakti. But this bhakti ras, this Braja ras, this was only given by Radha Krishna. Actually, this is Radhika's property. But because when Krishna came in the form of Mahaprabhu, Radha Bhav was predominating, then Krishna is distributing Radharani's things. So he distributed first in the heart of Madhevedrapuri even before his appearance. Like even before Krishna appeared, he sent his Guru Jan like Nandi, Yasoda, Parjanya and others. Before Mahaprabhu appeared, he sent his Guru Jan to make a platform. So before Mahaprabhu himself came, then he also makes some platform by inspiring this mood in the heart of Madhevedrapuri. So even though he took sannyas from Mayavad, still he was not Mayavad. They say his guru was Lakshmi Tirtha in Madhva Sampradaya. These days many people try to disclaim our connection with Madhva Sampradaya, but those persons are agents of Kali Yuga. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, whatever he distributed giving respect to the Guru Parampara and distributing through Guru Parampara. So Mahaprabhu receiving from Guru Parampara through Madhevedrapuri, and especially his own Guru Ishwapuri, from them he took, and through his Parampara he distributed. So Madhevedrapuri was so much, especially read this Chaitanya Bhagavat, beautifully described the mood of Madhevedrapuri, fully absorbed in love of God. And he was so much qualified. Even when you hear his disciples' names, you become astonished. Otherwise, who can give? They say that Guru of Nityananda Prabhu himself was Madhevedrapuri. As well as Advaita Acharya, Pundarik Vidinidhi, Sri Ishwapuri, Raghupati Upadhyaya, the Mathura Brahman, many. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after taking initiation from Ishwapuri, the direct disciple of Madhevedrapuri, then Mahaprabhu himself always associating with the disciples of Madhevedrapuri to show. Even though Mahaprabhu is the source, he's still giving so much respect to this idea of Guru Parampara. So Mahaprabhu, see all his Leela, he always with his associates, the disciples, direct disciples of Madhevedrapuri, or grand disciples like Govinda and others. So Madhevedrapuri fully absorbed in love of Krishna. And especially at the end of his life, he was speaking one verse again and again. It said only this verse come directly from the mouth of Radhika. Therefore, Kaviraj Goswami says, I think only 3 people understood the meaning of that verse. Srup Damodar, Madhevedrapuri, of course Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, means he is in Radha Bhav. So Srup Damodar, Madhevedrapuri, and Mahaprabhu himself, Radhika herself. Only 3 people could understand this verse. So, Hey Deva, Hey Daitya, have Bhavanu. Hey Deva, Hey Daitya. Hey Deva, Hey Daitya, have Bhavanu Kabandhu. Hey Krishna, Hey Chapala, Hey Karuna Kasindhu. Hey Nada, Hey Ramana, Hey Nayana, Abhirama, Haha Kadanu, Pado Drishna. This verse he was speaking. Oh Krishna, Aidina Dridanath, Mathuranath, Kadavara Karose. Anyway, I'm not feeling so good today. So he's speaking this verse again and again. So many people, even though we hear Gurudev would always give the example, many disciples like ticks, fleas, cockroaches. What do you call these things that suck your blood? Leeches, head lice. It seems they're very close to Guru. Many, many years they stay in the temple, but what is the mood? What Guru Vaishnava want, they cannot touch. Therefore, what is Guru Seva? Nice example of is Ishwarpuri. What Gurudev would often say, we never heard of Rupa Goswami massaging Mahaprabhu or washing cloth or cooking. We never hear of that. But still, because he was so close to Mahaprabhu's mood, then he was, hey Sri Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena. He's considered the most intimate follower of Mahaprabhu. Because all seva is not that. What is the mood of Guru? Understanding and supporting, nourishing that can also be the highest Guru seva. So end of his life, Madhevedrapuri again and again speaking this verse. So two disciples of Madhevedrapuri, one was Ishwarpuri. So he was not just doing seva, of course he was also doing external seva of cleaning, and even the stool and urine from the body of Madhevedrapuri, but he never thought my Guru is material. But more importantly, he was also speaking katha to Madhevedrapuri. Imagine. And giving the happiness, this Krishna Bhavanamrita, this nectar of remembering Krishna. Ishwarpuri giving that to Madhevedrapuri, giving him remembrance of Krishna Lila. So, that time, how much Madhevedrapuri pleased by him. So, he blessed him, and that blessing of Madhevedrapuri was so powerful. The result of Guru Seva is so powerful, even the Supreme Lord became his disciple. So this Niskapat Guru Seva, this Niskapat Vaishnava Seva, we should never think Guru Seva and Krishna Seva as two separate things. Seva to bona fide Guru, this is direct Seva to Swayam Bhagavan Sri Krishna. So, he did that seva. But another disciple was there, Ramchandra Puri. He was also a disciple of Madhevedrapuri, but he could not understand why Gurudev is weeping. Many times we see the suffering of Vaishnava, we don't understand. We think some material cause. So the Jyadi Chai Vaishnava Vyavahari Duk Nistai Janita Paramananda. So Vaishnava never suffer. But maybe you see like that, but it always has some spiritual cause. That is actually one transformation of ecstasy, the so-called suffering of the Vaishnavas. So Ishwarpuri Pad was doing the seva. He never thought my Guru is material, understanding his mood in the separation. And Radhika has so much mercy on him. What Radhika feeling to Krishna, like you put iron into fire. Madhevedrapuri, by mercy of Radhika, feeling same thing for Krishna that Radhika feeling. Tadatma Bhav. We always hear of Manjari Bhav. Tadatma means what Radhika feel to Krishna, Manjari feeling same thing. It's not separate thing. One time last year in Kartik Maharaj said, by mercy of Radhika we will also control Krishna. By mercy of Radhika we will also control Krishna. So that how much close Madhevedrapuri to Radhika, that same mood can, that same feeling. But still devotee always understand this is Radhika's kripa, Radharani's mercy. So Ramchandra, he did not understand all these things. He said, Gurudev, you are meant to be in Brahmananda. Aham Brahmasmi, na sochiti na kangsati. In the Brahmananda stage, liberated stage, devotee feel no hankering, no lamentation. Why are you lamenting? Why are you crying? You should be in bliss. So, remember Brahman and become happy. Your behavior is not good. Then Madhevedrapuri said, my heart is breaking to millions of pieces in separation from Krishna, and I have to see the face of this rascal telling me to worship, meditate over impersonal Brahman. So being very dissatisfied with his behavior, he cursed him. And who finds fault with Gurudev said, who finds fault with Vaishnava, one day will find fault with Vaishnavas, because Guru and Vaishnava is not two separate things. So Who would find fault in Guru, one day we were finding fault in Bhagavan. And that thing happened. Ramchandra Puri, when he came to Jagannath Puri, first he would, especially there was Jagannath and a Pandit. And because Ramchandra Puri was disciple of Madhavendra Puri, what do you call Chacha Guru, then he would force Jagadananda to eat so much, take more, take more, take more. And because he was senior devotee, then Jagadananda have to eat. And then Ramchandra said, now that I have proof the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu eat too much. So he would do like that. He would criticize even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In the daytime, he came and some ants were moving in Lord Chaitanya's room. Ants move everywhere in the creation. You go in the middle of the Sahara Desert, you'll find ants. You go in the middle of the Amazon, you'll find ants. That means in the middle of the Amazon, everyone's eating sweets. So he saw some ants. Oh yes, this sannyasi, he's secretly eating sweets in his room. This is proof. So even though he was criticized by Ramchandra Puri, Mahaprabhu not became angry. He cut his eating into half. And when Mahaprabhu cut his eating into half, everyone else also cut their eating into half. Then again Ramchandra would criticize. Bhagavad Gita Krishna says you cannot achieve perfection by eating too much or too little, sleeping too much. Like this he would criticize. Actually this is not his fault because in Krishna Lila he is Jatila, always finding fault in Radhika. But still this is Lila. Sangha means what? Just being around sadhu does not mean Sangha. How to, by always give them pleasure by body, mind and words, our behavior, our moods, our activities, everything giving satisfaction to them. This is called Sangha. Of course, easy to say than do. So one disciple, by the blessings of Madhavendra Puri, became greatly exalted, and another disciple by misbehaving with Madhavendra Puri, then he lost everything. So you can count the disciples of Madhavendra Puri. When Mahaprabhu came here to Mathura, first he went to Mathura, then he had darshan of Adi Keshav, the presiding deity of Mathura. Paramgrita called his mud Kesaji Gauri Mad. He not called it after himself, but he called after the presiding deity of Mathura, Kesaji. So Mahaprabhu was there and he saw one Brahmin also in ecstasy, dancing and chanting. Then Mahaprabhu said, I see pure bhakti here in this person, somehow, somewhere. It came to him. Then Mahaprabhu said, oh, Brahmin, who are you? Oh, I am disciple of Madhavendra Puri. Like an expert geologist can understand where is gold in rock just by looking. Mahaprabhu could understand. Here is pure devotion. Some connection with Madhavendra Puri must be there. Without mercy of Madhavendra Puri, this mood cannot come to anyone. Then that Brahmin said, yes. He came to my house, he took prasad. So he was disciple of Madhavendra. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had this type of vision. And there was another devotee when Mahaprabhu came to Prayag, before giving his instructions to Rupa and Anupam, that is Rupa Goswami's younger brother. Then they went to Vallabhacharya. Mahaprabhu and Rupa and Anupam, everyone, Vallabhacharya invited Mahaprabhu to his house on the other side of the Ganga. Then Vallabhacharya offered his two sons to the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even though these days Vallabh Sampradaya neglect their relation with Mahaprabhu, but Vallabhacharya got so much mercy from him. They washed his feet, drank the water, put on the heads of his family members. Then there was one devotee there. Then Mahaprabhu was very happy to meet him. He was disciple of Madhavendra Puri. His name was Raghupati Upadhyaya. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him 4 questions. Of all places to live, which is the best place to live? Now, of all forms of God, all forms, Surups of Bhagavan, which is the best? Then Raghupati Upadhyaya answered, Shamam eva paramam rupam. Sham Sundar, That is Swayam Bhagavan, topmost form. Of all places to live, which is the best place? Puri, Manupuri Varam. Manupuri means Mathura. That is the best place to stay. Of the three ages of Krishna, Bal, Paugand and Kishore, which is the topmost. This Kishore Avastha, this teenage form of Krishna, 15 years, 8 months, 2 weeks, this is the topmost form. And of all rasas, which is the topmost ras? Adi Eva Rasa. Adi Ras, Sringha Ras, this is the topmost ras. Then Mahaprabhu became so much ecstatic hearing that, these 4 answers he made into one verse. Again and again he chanted and became intoxicated. Shamameva Paramam Rupam Puri Manupuri Varam Dhyana Kishoraka Akyam Adi Eva Rasa. Again and again Mahaprabhu chanted. It's like the essence of Madhevedrapuri. So we see Mahaprabhu, he gives so much respect to this line of Madhevedrapuri, Madhva Sampradaya, and after him this thing also continued. These days many people want to just read the books, but again and again Madhusudam Maharaj said, this mood did not come by books, this mood come by parampara. So anyway, sometimes the crow also sit on the Kalpa Bridge. Sometimes we don't understand what is there, what can we get, but this fragrance also coming to him. So Madhevedrapuri, he disappeared. Where some say he entered into the deity of Kirchor Gopinath. They say like that. So his samadhi is there. So today we get great happiness and great pride in glorifying this line of Sri Madhevedrapuri Pad. Sri Madhevedrapuri Tirupati Tiki Gopinath.
Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Gurave Gurachandraya Radhikaya Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namah Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare. First of all, my limited Dandavat pranams to the lotus feet of Shiva Gurudev, Nitya Preshta Vishnupad Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Shiksha Gurudeva Swam Vishnupad Stutra Sarta Shimad Bhaktivedanta Madhusudan Goswami Maharaj Shrimati Krishna Priyata Purani, all Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, Vishnupada Madan Maharaj. Very special Dandavat pranams to the lotus feet of Shri Madhevedrapuri Prabhu, the Param Gurudev of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, on this day of his disappearance. So we heard Madhevedrapuri Pad was Prema Ankur, the first sprout of Prema. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had has invested that Prema into his heart even before his own appearance. So Shri Madhevedrapuri Pad was a great personality, although formerly he was in Madhva Sampradaya, but Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had chosen him to become Prema Ankur, the first repository of that Prema. So when Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was traveling with his associates, he came to the town of Remuna one time. Remuna is a small town on the border of Orissa and Odisha and Bengal, in Orissa. So there is Sri Madhevedrapuri Pad's Samadhi, and there's a famous deity of Gopinath there. So when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw Gopinath, a very ecstatic mood came into his heart. And Gopinath's mukut, the flower crown, fell onto Mahaprabhu's head. So Mahaprabhu was so much inspired to tell Srimad Madhevedrapuri's story to his followers. He said, oh, Srimad Madhevedrapuri was going here and there. One day he came to Vrindavan area to Govardhan. He was sitting on the foothills of Govardhan hill. He was not specifically begging, he was just sitting and being very, very absorbed, very much absorbed in this ecstatic trance. So whatever someone was giving to him, he was accepting. If no one was giving anything, then he was fasting. So once I remember Bhajapat Madhusud Maharaj said, here in Krishna Balaram we practice Madhevedrapuri style. We don't ask for anything. You can see no donation box at the feet of Thakurajis.
Oh, it's even rejected when it's given.
Yes, it's even the old timers are saying that it's even rejected, you see. The level devotees here follow Srimad Madhevedrapuri. So that's why, well, he was so much immersed in the ecstatic trance and he was very, very deeply absorbed in meditation when one sweet voice all of a sudden dragged his attention. He said, oh Baba, some ladies from the village sent me to you and they said that you are fasting, but in our Vraj no one is fasting. You're supposed to take some milk products because we're covered people, so I have something to offer you. Here's a cup of milk for you. I will give you this cup of milk. So Madhevedrapuri was looking at the boy and he could not understand why. The boy is so attractive. He was completely mesmerized by the boy's appearance, blackish complexion, sweetest voice, unimaginably sweet voice. So the boy gave him a cup of milk and he said, okay, you take this and on the way back I'll pick up the cup from you. And he went. So Madhevedrapuri took the milk and after he took that milk, a very, very deep ecstatic feeling came again into his heart and he washed the cup and put. But then he could not forget the boy. He was thinking of him all the time. And finally, he fell asleep at the dead of night, a little bit, became drowsy. So that boy came into his dream. My name is Gopal. I'm hidden here in the bushes. For a long time I was hidden here. I was not eating and drinking anything for a long time. And pujaris hid me from the Muslim invasion. So I was here. I'm very, very hungry, very, very thirsty, very, very hot also. I experienced so much cold. So you please take care of me now. Please extract me from here and give me some bhog, give me something to drink, like this. So that was Krishna himself. So no need to try to get any material benefits, no need to beg. Krishna will give everything. So Krishna came to us as Gopal, Giridhari Gopal, to Srimad Madhevedrapuri. So as soon as the local residents came to know that the deity had appeared, self-manifested deity, immediately so many people came and so many people automatically started cooking. As we saw in Tivaripur, so many people, the whole families came and started cooking right in the street for the inauguration of the temple. So many qualified brahmanas around. They cooked a whole mountain of rice, great mountain of rice, and there were lakes of dal, and there were so many types of sabjis, and so many chutneys, so many pakoras, samosas, sweets of all kinds, refreshing beverages like this. So all that bhog was cooked for the deity, and one rich gentleman donated everything for that from Mathura. So then finally the deity was satisfied. Well, later they built a Gopal temple. Some remnants of the temple can be found on the surface of Govardhan even now. But then after, Gopal came in a dream, Jagannath to Srimad Madhevedrapuri, and he said, well, I'm quite satisfied, but not actually completely, because it's very hot. So you please go to Malaya Mountains, where there's original sandal produced there, sandal paste, sandalwood. There's so many sandal trees there. So you bring some chandan, some sandalwood paste from Malay mountains and bring and apply it to my body, so I will be satisfied. You know, when there's an assembly of people, of devotees, they are, let's say, some chandan paste is given to their foreheads because it's quite cooling. So then after, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued telling, so Sri Madhevedrapuri came to Malay mountains and he picked up some paste, chandan paste, and on the way back he came across Remuna. So in Remuna he saw Gopinath, a great deity, wonderful deity. So then Krishna came to him in a dream, Gopal came to him in a dream and said, "Oh Madhavendra, actually I'm quite satisfied now. I'll be satisfied. When you apply the chandan sandalwood paste on the forehead of Gopinath, then I'll be satisfied." Because Gopinath and I are non-different. So we see Mohan, Govinda, Gopinath and Vrindavan, these three deities actually not different in tattva. So then no need for you to take such a long trip back. So then Madhevedrapuri decided to do that, but also he noticed that there's a very special preparation offered to the deity. That was Amrita Keli. Who of you have visited Remuna? Кто был в Ремуне из вас? So you must remember that very wonderful Amrita Keli, a very special sweet rice. Those who have tasted that sweet rice, there's a prophecy, I think, that those will get Krishna Prem. But this completely unforgettable taste, completely like something, you know, with very special blessing of the Lord, touched by the Lord. When you taste that, you will not desire anything else, and it will be forever, forever with you. Such as Jagannath Prasad and certainly Amrita Keli from Remuna. So Madhevedrapuri was watching how Brahmanas are offering 12 little pots of that preparation Amrita Keli every evening to Thakuraji, and he was thinking, oh, if only I could prepare for my deity such Amrita Keli, I would be very happy. I know he would be very happy. So I have to taste that. And he caught himself at that thought, oh, I'm a great sinner. I was thinking of taking bhog meant for Thakuraji, for the deity. I was so much uncontrolled that I was about to take that. So he caught himself at that thought. And then he said, I'm leaving. He left. I cannot stay in the temple. So he went to the marketplace. There's a marketplace right there. There are remains of that marketplace now. There's just an empty space that used to be a market. And then Krishna noticed that desire and he said, oh, he woke up the Pujari. Pujari was asleep at midnight. The Pujari was awoken by the Lord. Gopinath came into his dream and he said, listen, go to the altar immediately. There I've hidden some Amrita Keli, some sweet rice for my devotee, Madhevedrapuri. I've hidden that little pot behind the curtain, so you pick it up and find him somewhere. Oh, he's spending the night at the marketplace. So you go to the marketplace and bring that pot to him. So the Pujari was completely amazed when he woke up and he went to the altar and saw, for sure, immediately, he saw there's that pot hidden by the Lord. So he took that little pot of Amrita Keli and went to the market. Who is Madhevedrapuri? Madhevedrapuri! Please respond. So Madhevedrapuri said, yes, that's me. Oh, you're a most lucky person in the three worlds. The Lord has hidden a very special pot of Amrita Keli sweet rice for you. So here it is, please take. Then Madhevedrapuri was completely ecstatic. And he was immersed in ecstatic trance, so he immediately took all that prasad and the pot which remained, he crushed into little pieces and then took into his piece of cloth and he was wearing with himself. But he decided to leave. Even before sunrise he left Remuna because he was aware that the glory will come to him name and fame will come to him. But he wanted to escape the glory, but it was not possible, because in Jagannath Puri everybody already knew about his exalted position, so all the devotees were looking for him. So anyway, that's very, very exemplary. We have to be free from desire for name and fame. Sri Raghunath Das Goswami is saying in Manashiksha Pratishta Shadrishta Shvakachiramani Medridanatit Katam Sadhu Prima Spreshachishchiretam Nunamana. In my heart, a very vulgar, licentious, dog-eating lady is dancing. The dog-eating lady of desire for name and fame is dancing. So that's very, very, very dangerous. Actually, that's one of the greatest anarthas belonging to the group of Hridaya Durbalyam, weakness of heart. So Swapratishta Lalasa it's called, the desire for name and fame. Jarira Pratishta Shukarera Vishta Shila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is singing Vaishnava Ke, his song. It's like a program song for the Vaishnavas. So we see in Vaishnava world so many people wanted Pratishta, wanted name and fame, but it's quite faulty, and actually it's completely opposite to bhakti, completely opposite. The more humility you have, the more bhakti you have, that's directly proportionate, and the more Pratishta you have, the further away bhakti is from you. So Sri Madhevedrapuri was that exemplary personality in that regard. Well, Chipada Maharaj spoke something about Sanodiya Brahman, but just a few details I wanted to add. Well, Mansur Maharaj is coming soon. Anyway, Sanodiya Brahman was from a low community, Sanodiyas. Sanodiyas, they work for, they assist Vaishyas. So that's why normal Brahmanas of high range don't visit their homes. But Sri Chaitanya Prabhu not only visited his home, he took prasadam at his home, and he gave him spiritual initiation. He accepted him as his disciple. So again and again it shows how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was introducing the Shuddha Bhakti principle, not taking any heed, not taking any consideration of the race and caste of his followers. So Rupa and Sanatana were related to Muslims, so we were neglected by other Vaishnavas, some so-called Vaishnavas, but Sri Chaitanya Prabhu gave them highest esteem. So Sri Madhevedrapuri Pada ki jai, Gaur Premanand.